wanted to share this clip from the Joe Rogan podcast of Elon Musk explaining from his own mouth, from the horse's mouth, in his own words, why, which I think is the truth, why the Democrats are literally trying to just make him over. They did I saw this SNL skit that they did last night, Mike Myers. It seems like every single day, Holly Weirdo just gets worse and worse, more anti-American. I mean, these guys are working for literally nothing. President Trump, Elon Musk, they have better things to do with their time, but they just, like me, can't stand and can't bear to see what these cretin swamp vermin are doing to our country. And they get zero support. I mean, zero support from the propagandist media. SNL might as well be called, the DNC live show or whatever. I'm not even going to share that clip, but if you missed it, it was awful. And Mike Myers, essentially, it's humor, it's satire, but sending the message that Elon Musk is a billionaire, the same crap. They're just billionaires. They're just out for themselves. They just want to save the rich. They don't want to help anybody else. He's spreading false information, lies, that he's firing Social Security, air traffic controller. Couldn't be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, he even says on the Rogan podcast, which I listened to in entirety, I highly recommend that you do the same, where he said specifically what DEI did was essentially push out highly qualified people. This is why we're having all this travesty. And he says, instead of firing, we're doing the exact opposite. We're actually looking for people. Even if you're retired, we're trying to hire qualified air traffic controllers, and we encourage you to apply. Literally, that is what Elon Musk is doing, and that's what Doge is doing. Trying to fix the cancerous DEI ideologies that have created this havoc in our skies above America. Anyway, you know this, I know this. I want to share this clip. It's so powerful, so poignant. Here we go. Let's check it out.
So if I were to say, what's at the heart of the sort of, why is the Democrat propaganda machine so fired up to destroy me? That's the main reason. The main reason is that entitlements fraud. That includes Social Security, disability, Medicaid, entitlements fraud for illegal aliens is what is serving as a gigantic magnetic force to pull people in from all around the world and keep them here. Basically, if you pay people at a standard of living that is above 90% of Earth, then you have a very powerful incentive for 90% of Earth to come here and to stay here. But if you end the illegal alien fraud, then you turn off that magnet, and they leave, and they stop coming, and the ones that are here, many of them will simply leave. And if that happens, they will lose a massive number of Democratic voters.
And if it didn't happen, they would turn those people into voters.
Correct.
Which they were trying to do.
They're already turning them. So in New York State, illegal aliens can already vote in state and city elections. A lot of people don't know that. They're trying to fight that, they're trying to stop that, but they're currently, I think it's 600,000 are registered to vote, illegal aliens in New York.
That is wild.
Yeah. Well, if you look at, say, FEMA, the agency that was paying for illegal aliens to stay at luxury hotels in New York was FEMA. That's an agency that's meant to support Americans in distress from natural disasters, was paying for luxury hotels for illegals in New York.
It's true. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Fact.
They're literally, when we stopped that payment, we stopped all those monies, because that's obviously an insane way to spend taxpayer money. The New York sued the federal government to get the money. So you could just look at their lawsuit. They were sending that money even after President Trump signed an executive order saying it needs to stop. They still press send on $80 million to luxury hotels in New York. Your tax money went to pay for illegal aliens in luxury hotels in New York from an agency that is meant to help Americans in distress from natural disasters.
Right, and I would like to
That's
know
fucked
how
up.
much, and I would like to know how much they spent on North Carolina and how much they spent on Maui.
Yes, exactly. What's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam. They're importing voters, and it's really just a matter of time. So, if a lot of people have trouble believing this, but the more you look at it, the more you will realize just how much of a problem this is, and how it's not just real. It is an attempt to destroy democracy in America. That's what, in my view, it is what it really is. Like, if you take the sort of 7 swing states, like, often the margin of victory there is like maybe 20,000 votes. If you put 200,000 illegals in there, and they have like a 80% likelihood of voting Dem, and it's only a matter of time before they become citizens, then those swing states will not be swing states in the future. And if they are not swing states, we'll be a permanent one-party state country. Permanent, deep blue socialist state. That's what America will become.
And that was the game plan.
That was the game plan. That is still the game plan.
And so
they almost succeeded. If the machine of which the Kamala puppet was the representation had won, that's what would have happened. The reason I went so hardcore for Trump was because, to me, this was a fork in the road, a very obvious fork in the road. If they had another 4 years, they would legalize enough illegals in the swing states to make the swing states not swing states. They would be blue states. Then they would win the presidential. They'd win the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They would then make district, D.C. into a state. Maybe Puerto Rico, get 4 extra senators, pack the Supreme Court. So then you'll have the House, Judiciary, Senate, and presidency, all blue. And then they will keep importing more illegals to cement that outcome. Basically what happened in California.
Jesus Christ.
It would have been the end. That's why I went so hardcore for Trump. It was otherwise been the end. And that's why the Democrat machine is so intent on destroying me.
It's just so fascinating that people can't see this.
I mean, I invite people to do their research. The more they do their research, the more they will see that what I'm saying is absolutely true.
I can't wait to get your initial reactions to this. I can tell you right now, Joe, why people aren't seeing this. He said it's so fascinating why people aren't seeing this. It's because they have the entire media apparatus behind them. Joyless Reed crying. Remember when I showed you that video? Her crying, my show had value. And I said I had zero remorse. I got so much hate mail. I got so many hate DMs, people wishing that I would jump off this and that and end this and that. I can't even say the words they were using to me here because it's just abhorrent and horrifying. These are the people. These are the people who are getting these exorbitant, insane salaries to push and propagate all of the agenda of the DNC machine. Remember, Kamala Harris, boy, did we dodge a bullet. Kamala Harris was the border czar. She had one task, her entire ridiculous DEI VP run for the last 4 years. And we had, based on, I love how Elon Musk says, do your own research, which I have done my due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. We had the worst border crisis in the history of America. Tom Homan, an over 30, 40-year veteran of law enforcement, says, I've been through 6, 7 presidencies. Biden was the worst. Trump is the best when it comes to the border. The Border Patrol Union actually supporting and endorsing President Trump. The people on the front lines saying we are seeing child trafficking, the worst we've ever seen. We are seeing fentanyl, illegal fentanyl crossings. The worst we've ever seen in history. We're seeing criminal migrants, illegal gangs, Tren de Aragua, M16, etc. The worst we've ever seen in history. What? And then never mind the fact that Biden was flying these people in. I mean, the FEMA thing should make your blood curdle, but the fact that he's flying in, and this guy gets to go have vacations. This guy gets to go lay on the beach. Kamala gets to go smile and get NAACP awards. You need to make this video go viral. You need to tap the thumbs up because everything that Elon Musk said is verifiable. You know me, you know my integrity, you know that I would never publish anything unless it is 1,000,000,000% factual. All of this are facts. That's exactly what they tried to do. They succeeded, by the way, in 2020. There is no way in a million years, if you even have a molecule of logic residing in your cranium, that you could come to a justifiable conclusion that Joe Tombstone Biden, the vegetable in chief, actually received 81 million votes, which is not only did he get 15 million, 10 million more votes than Trump, who, by the way, Trump got essentially the same amount in 2024, and he won in a landslide. Essentially the same amount, maybe 4 or 5 million, give or take. He got 15 million more than Barack Obama, which I call him, he's the leader of the Democratic Party. He's the messiah. That's the way they look at him, at least, of the Democratic Party. So there's no way in a billion years. So they succeeded in 2020. Elections have consequences. We've had inflation. We've had crime. We've had an uptick in illegal crossings. We've had global wars. We've had geopolitical, our integrity, our respect around the world dropped. Geopolitical disasters. The Middle East is the worst it's been since World War II. I mean, elections have consequences. And here you have somebody who literally is revolutionizing the world in multiple sectors: space, healthcare with Neuralink, communications with Starlink, and a million other businesses. Takes time out of that busy schedule. An immigrant from South Africa, he's an immigrant, takes time out of his schedule, takes zero money, and offers his 100% heart and soul to saving our country. And all this BS, he's unelected and nobody voted for Elon Musk. The American people have spoken. President Trump mentioned time and time again, I am going to be appointing Elon Musk to head up the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, to do exactly what he's doing right now: cut waste, abuse, and fraud, and make the government more efficient. I highly recommend that you go listen to that full podcast. You can get Joe Rogan pretty much anywhere. Listen to that whole conversation. There's so much to unpack there, but I wanted to share that with you, and I really hope you'll tap the thumbs up because it's free. It doesn't cost you a second. I hope to God you will share this with everybody that you know. This is the truth, okay? But they also talk about in that podcast, Butler, Pennsylvania. When I say the apparatus, here's the segue. When I say the entire corporate media is behind the DNC, behind these woke DEI ideologies and this regiment, they talked about Butler, Pennsylvania. They talked about Matthew Thomas Crooks, how we don't know anything about this guy. Supposedly this guy had no social media. A 19, 18-year-old, I don't know how old he is. He's a kid. He's a baby. Has no social media history. Did commercials for BlackRock and the coup de grace, which needs to be pounded in our brain, tattooed in our cerebellum so we never forget it. The only, and I mean the sole rally that CNN chose to live stream out of all the historic rallies, Madison Square Garden, all the rallies, right? Los Angeles, so many. New York. Out of all the rallies that CNN chose to live stream, they only chose one. Can you tell me which one that was? Ding, 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 ding. You got it. Tell him what he's won, Bob. A brand new car. They only chose to live stream Butler, Pennsylvania. Why? Why only Butler? My fellow Americans, my fellow global citizens, that says it all right there. That literally says it all right there. And the fact that we, the people, the fact that the American people have spoken, by the way, 100% original Patriot Nez Nation merch. If you want to get stuff like this, you want to get a gift for somebody, get them something memorable. Made in the USA. It's in the pinned comment in the description down below, or just go to professornez.com/merch. That says it all. I can't wait for your comments. I can't wait. I hope to God Kash Patel and Pam Bondi look into this. I hope we get some information, not only about the Epstein list, not only about the JFK files and the MLK files, but also about Matthew Thomas Crooks. This needs to be uncovered ASAP. People need to go to prison ASAP. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check out these videos coming up right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA. I'll see you soon.